double smoke in, they beat the molly, they don't jump the gun. And they
За юу
overwhelm
цаана
VP
мэж
despite the
2 дахь өдөр
three-man
2
hold
дахь
on
найр
A.
хөшин эхэллээ.
So big, can they bounce into this game and find a little bit more?
Big Virtus Pro
The jump
алж
nade
ийн
from the
гэдэг.
top indicates there's only one player here, but
Verti
Electronic makes it
verti.
pretty clear. Throws his nades from the bottom, keeping Big honest. And right now, Big are just tussling for any map control. They can't get a thing right now. Smoked on all fronts. So there's going to have to be yet again another slow round here for Big. Looking to recommit to the bottom of B, pushing a player back here. Let's start with Fame. The smoke can be a poison chalice, very easy to walk in, pop a flash, or even boost over the top. So VP can never let their eyes off
За
this util.
VP
In fact, they're going to go one
VP.
step further. They're going to go ahead of it. Electronic push very close. Big setting up a full execute.
Considering VP fought for so much early control and got it, they still
How
have a
high?
surprising
What
amount of
team
util left
counter?
to slow this down even more. Electronic tries to play through that Molotov, and it's a lot of damage, but no kill. Look at the B stack though for Virtus Pro. Three strong inside of the site.
Norbit still needs to hold
Where's
Crimble.
the
This
chat
still
at,
doesn't matter.
dog?
What?
Spot JDC getting boosted up. Spam from Fame connects. All these other wounded players trying to get up through the ramp. So vulnerable to the util from Virtus Pro and Big. They've got to write this one off. It's a non-starter of a round.
Yeah, Crimbo even got that mid pick. He beat
Camera
Norbit out on
touch
the
a hot
headshot
light
angle,
at,
but it doesn't matter. Big get slammed. That wall bang on JDC, that was the only way they were getting in off the boost.
Dude, for VP, that's such a sick-looking round. Like, when you fight for that much early control, the downside is you're burning a lot of util, right? And they did make Big waste a lot of time. No picks presented over towards ramp. They'll be for the longest while. But it was, you know, once the util kind of started to approach its limit and you're down to the final few nades, smokes, and mollies, that was where they showed a great deal of restraint, and they kind of waited for the picture to be built as to how that was planning out. They had the boost over towards A to confirm that no one had made it up ramp after the smokes had faded, and from that point on, they fully leant over towards B. They put their limited resources into just milking as much time off the clock as they can. And if you're Big, you felt like at every turn in that round, you were getting smoked off, you were getting naded, you were getting mollied, you were never allowed to actually start anything on your T-side round. That's kind of a brutal way for it to go.
To be honest, of 8 rounds of play, even in the 2 rounds VP have lost, they've had the right stack every single time. They know exactly where Big are going. They know when they're getting committed. Right now, there's no reason to, you know, call around a fake if you're VP. Big are making it blindingly obvious. And a slow B execute that slowly as VP cycle smokes and mollies only convinces you further. Sisson holding the yellow gap.
I mean, that used to be, you know, one of the great strengths of Jame. You felt like he was so good at placing his stacks well.
Yeah.
You know, having a good read on the game. I remember some of the VP Infernos where he would call stacks with like no info. It was more on like what they hadn't seen was how he pieced everything together.
Or just knowing his opponent, right? Like being able to call 3, 4 A, you know, 4 A setups or 4 B setups sometimes on Inferno in the start of the round. And the
Dream team юм аа харахад dream team.
Dude, here's another kind of example of them, you know, holding on to this late round util. No one's in a rush to use it.
Oh no!
Oh, Crimbo! That was a golden opportunity.
He even waited.
Яаж чи явсан бэлээс on top байх юм аа те.
That was a tag on Sisson. Look at the nade damage. 3 players on their last legs.
104 ADR. Мишелийнх 84.
Keep it going, brother. Пампа кэрэд даа.
Hey, that's
Бил кэрэд штэ.
Чи кэрэд нэ.
Тэм билэц.
За. Чи нөгөө нэг бот юм шүү. Бот плиц юм шүү.
Юу чаа.
Яна нүг байх.
Оо,
ямар хоёр баг инфернодод тоглоод
Imagine эхэлсэн юм шин дор.
тийм байт.
За танаас амжилт. За энд нэг юм ирэхгүй хүмүүс таалж байгаа.
I don't think VP even realized how much damage they'd done from the spam, from the nades, but it all added up. It was spread so thin and big. I mean, they like it's almost feeling too late, but they needed some luck and they've needed some piece on the other side of the map to actually clear out these empty bomb sites, especially in a 5-on-4. You can actually afford walking Crimbo into that B bomb site, and if he goes, hey, it's full clear, you rotate out. You trust that. Because right now, Big have walked in stack after stack after stack.
I think in a way that this is where like the start of the rounds for VP is where they're getting so much mileage out of this util. They're kind of going heavy on, you know, like you've had the double B setups, you've had the double mid setups. They're constantly keeping you guessing as to where that two-pronged hit is coming in, and then they're allowing the other three to kind of lean over towards ramp and fight for that early. Even in this round, right? Gap is mid. VP have no one middle. And that's because they're going to go and try and take away this control at the stairs. That's exactly what they're doing here between Fame and Jame. And so JDC, trying to get this lurk activated, does have his work cut out for him. That is a big kill to have picked up. And it goes untraded. Jame was not in a position to help out there with JDC making it across.
Look at VP Gamble. You can't really blame them at this point. They're moving 4 players B. It finally feels like
VP шөөлөө раунд алдсан бол юу хажууд шүү.
VP.
I think they're actually already starting to get a bit suspicious about this not being the B play.
Yeah, A-nade's getting thrown in. Only Norbert here right now, but this is an insurance policy. He's going to try block the smoke. Won't really stop it. Does pull 3 players back though, Harry, and that's really what matters. Can Big fake out VP enough?
Тэр очиж vertical
not
үзчих
going to
штэ
get given any more kills. Electronic has B stairs. He is flanking the map, but this is actually turning into a B split.
Electronic, if he falls, that's the round. And caught looking the wrong way. Tabson collects the flanking Electronic. JDC teed up back in spawn as well. Won't allow VP to rotate in for this one. And so finally Big look to break through here.
Yeah, finally Big play.
За миний пигэмд бол энэ хоёрын аян цайцсан хамаагүй нэг л.
Get that pick. They put some pressure on A, throw a full X-egg, then they walk out mid. Meanwhile, the bomb's walking it back, and VP have fallen for a hook, line, and sinker. Finally, Big realize what they need to do to break through and avoid this VP stack, but you still have to wonder, with 7 rounds of VP on the CT side, is it too late? Big need all 5. This is at least a start.
Тэвлээд нэг даах юм тарай. Yeah.
Awkward there. They bait out the shot. Good awareness.
Awkward as fuck.
That's a very strong position. The shadow gives the holding player a huge advantage. But he kind of baits the shot.
Yeah, it does, definitely, info-wise, but you also see a lot of people shoot shadows in this game, right? The muscle memory of 15,000 hours in CSGO. And now all these new shadows, people still haven't quite adjusted to it. I like the VP buy here. Trust in their half. They've had a great CT side so far. Can they put some mustard on it?
I mean, JDC is going to be a requirement. He's the guy you're going to find over towards the B side of the map this time. He's got everyone with him. Electronic caught out on another Fame full blind swings.
Санийх зөв флаш шүү дээ.
Just say.
За битэн Big X гээд орчихсан. 7-4 болсон.
They're already going through those motions.
Nice little X-Sec on B. Big get given all this room because VP don't have the util to block them out of B early. Think about that round where Electronic and Fame push down, do the deep smoke, keep Big honest, sorry. And this time Big just contact onto stairs. They go with 5 here. Let's throw a full X-Sec. Certainly makes it easier when you get an entry like that. Sick boost for Big. Kind of classic Big maneuver. But nothing defined here as VP already give up the round.
I do really like that.
I'll be stealing
Yeah,
that.
I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
Remembering this one for later. Thank you, Big.
You can do that with a rifle as well. Doesn't need to be an AWP.
Vertigo тоглолтын юм шиг аав маань гэж шаад.
This T-side recovery felt like, there was a world in which VP just steamrolled this first half.
Yeah.
But that one big round from JDC has really teed them up to recover this half. And I think that was always going to be a requirement here. For the longest time, it felt like Tabson was the only guy outputting much for Big. Now he finally is a supporting cast around him. And JDC has been a huge part of that, taking the spot, run straight up the B stairs. Regon tries to replicate that and ends up getting
Norbert.
Crimbo once again.
Norbert бүр agent юм аа.
And so they know right now, if you're Big, you know there's a lot of pressure on VP to start moving around the map. Even though they find that opener on B, losing mid represents a big problem. And so James has left the A site, taken up middle on that orb. And so for the time being, this VP defense is kind of shuffling around, feeling a bit of pressure, but they've done a good job of taking space back over at B. They've stolen away the stairs control. Flint went aggressive down the ramp as well, and James cleared out middle earlier on. But that might be a bit of a ruse as Big recommit late into mid. Now James had already cleared this earlier. Electronic. First kill found.
Ой! Яа, шумын яг тэднийхээ өмнө орж ирдэг тийм.
Searson falls as J-Mort bests him, and so Virtus Pro, spearheaded by strong performances from
Шумын
and Electronic,
тэднийхээ өмнө орж байгаа байдуулаад шүү.
with a very strong lead.
Yeah, you can't really ask for more from VP in this game right now. They've had some beautiful opening rounds, right? Going on that early streak of 5 in a row off the back of stacks.
За
off the back of
фэнд
Big
коуч
just
нэм хэлээ л.
walking into the Lion's Den. And these are games where you need players like Regon to be stepping up. Right now he's 2-11. This could be a classic
Norbert
map for Regon to
ChatGPT.
just find some pretty simple entry kills.
Explain please.
But feels like he's had next to no impact. He got that one entry on James.
За гарбаа уншаал энэ James.
But
Ямар
otherwise he's
гаргүй
been
юу.
absent from this map. Searson getting, I wouldn't even say out-orbed, but just finding 0 picks other than, again, 1 on James of impact that I can recall. This has felt pretty empty for Big so far. Even though they finally realized how to break in at the end of their T side, it was only a couple of rounds. VP full control of this game, but their T side now, what pace will they be setting? Okay, VP. Oh, no, I take it back.
Голоор тав.
Nothing wrong with not giving the sound cue.
За JDC Norbert гарыг Norbert байсан.
Tempo changes. He's fallen early.
More here.
Bigger very quickly look to reinforce middle.
Шиг тоглож байгаа.
Slowly making his way over to lend a helping hand. Tabson's out on an island.
Оо Norbert ч гитгаш ажиллаа.
Pushing through the elevator smoke.
Жигнөө нэг GPT-д мөнгө төлөө шаацсан юм шиг шалаа. Searson.
And they overrun him.
Good chase.
They won't be ready for Crimbo. He pushed all the way down here towards ramp. So these dual Berettas out. And here, much quicker than VP might be ready for, but he's already been spotted. That element of surprise now
Энийг
gone.
хатвал тэгээд VP зайл өстэй.
Got the right weapons for the job. VP, off the back of those flashes, had time to get set up here. They can triple swing him. They can count this down. They can wait till he takes first contact. He's trying to break apart the fights, but Norbert dominates in this pistol round. And winning this for VP gives them such a huge leg up now. They do not have many a chance to save themselves on Vertigo.
They love to. Everyone loves to scapegoat Norbert. VP love to scapegoat Norbert, but you need a player like that who's willing to make the jump around the corner on
Norbert.
the ground, who's willing to throw
Norbert
himself in.
premium
Just so
шаагаш
happens that
ажилласан.
Big can't catch him in the air, and he picks every single player. A pistol on top of the half they just gave
За
us.
Starlink boost голч чаасаа.
You really don't feel like there's a way in for Big in this game. Not in this round. Full mid stack. VP creeping into B.
Нэгэн алдгал надад чинь.
And Flint, SMG is going to feast on that big stack over in mid.
Нэгэн алдлаа.
Does sound like a fast food item.
За Norbert-ийг харж байгаа. Norbert бараг үхэндээ энд.
I'll have 4 big stacks, please.
Searson-ыг барих юм
That's an
шүү.
angle for Searson. But Electronic
Aye.
takes it. And Tabson gone as well. Nice and clean for VP, 4 alive.
64.
Mac 10 still in play. But that just means Big need to buy helmets in their first rifle. If they don't, it could cost them. A risk they're willing to take to allow for utility. But there are no second chances on this BO1. Put up or shut up. Big need this round.
This is where they've got to deliver something here to Big.
Auto rush.
Straight in with the Mac 10. Electronic, blistering pace, and Big weren't ready for
За
it.
юу
Recon caught, nothing accomplished.
та шунч яах гэдэг юм бэ? Нэг хүн алчлаа одоо хорч жолно шүү дээ. Ихгүй тэгээд шунаа шаачих юм. Гурван пиктэй нэг ч хараагүй.
Waterfall smoke in, but VP have been quick
За
to
баг
adjust.
бэгээд
Even
нэг
if VP
авчлаа
push
та.
Crimbo back a little bit, they can actually recommit to A, but if they just walk back up A ramp, Big is still going to have numbers here. So Fame needs to put some pressure on this B bomb site to at least force a reposition. Crimbo's got too much info. He wants to hold on to it. The flash will do nothing. The spot might be enough. And suddenly Fame putting enough pressure on. Look at Big panic. Look at them rotate. They've now only got one A player in this round. These are the kind of looks that Big needed on their T side.
Crimbo.
And they're realizing it far
Hui, hui.
and far too late.
Flash харсан юм
gap
байна.
on 3.
Хашма боодохгүй.
Bit of a run, CS,
Харсан
nothing
гэсэн.
you can do there. Even a deep smoke into elevator. Tapson calls the bluff, tries to play through it. And Shane never bit down on that, holds on.
That's exactly
Doesn't
that
good to
is
get
what
shot.
rounds that
Big.
Big didn't have in their first
just
half.
one guy pushing back the B anchor who has all the info and that allows for this heavy A stack. Because VP, as soon as they get spotted top ramp, they completely leave. By the way, they always had the intention of coming back. They never left A. They were just sitting below the ramp, below the forklift.
But I mean, you know, even the way that that round starts for VP had a kind of a signature difference to how big T-side did, and that was they didn't respect the ramp smoke. They rushed straight through it. They try to force that early fighter ramp, knowing that that puts pressure on the defense, and then strengthens the lurk that Fame is able to do. Over a B, you know, you're going to be a little more jittery. You're going to be a bit keener to rotate now that it's a 4-on-4. Big felt like they gave so much respect to Virtus Pro's util. And so oftentimes, you know, they're playing rounds in the final kind of 30, 40 seconds. Yeah. And at that point, it allowed VP to just rotate to wherever the contact was taken.
I love the way that Maui characterized this map on the desk for VP in the sense of like, this is a team that we say have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Or at least Electronic and Jame, and a stylistic differences. And who knows how they're playing right now. But what this map does allow VP to do is just keep it pretty basic, do a bit of push and pull, which is VP classic. If you think about peak VP, peak outsiders, back at Rio, it's push and pull. It's sure, it's a lot of slow defaulting, it's a lot of punishing re-aggression, but more often than not, it's VP being able to send on one side of the map, go back to the other side, then recommit to the first side and win the round, because you're just scrambling. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake. Right there, Big fell for it. First gun round. They think, oh, it's a fake A, go B. VP are not that 1D. They hit that A site contact. They find their first gunny, and Big, time's up.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, but if you only got ingredients to make mac and cheese, that's all you're going to be making.
VP with a bit of freedom here. Only one rifle. No, it's not been a lot to celebrate for Big in this game. Look at Fame,
and I love
in this side.
No push and pull in this round. This is just straight on pushing.
You got to pull your hair out. There's a guy quad. They can't even
Бүгд ирчлээ Бигийнхаа. За харин 5-5 ирдэг.
Messing with them. Tabson pushes back in, but now VP have guns up. They're getting flooded.
Орч чадахгүй юм шүү. Наалах юм шүү.
They do pull this time. Out of the sight, taking these long-range fights and winning every single one. JDC with
хоёрыг даачлаа.
They've got a molly. He's trapped on the left side.
JDC 3-ыг даачлаа. Нэгээс нэг.
Ёо!
Гарбуу раунд ч нэг юм гарбуутаа дэг авчлаа штэ.
A huge round from JDC. monumental, right? The one gun in play for Big. And he puts it to work. Also, I want to give credit to Tapson there. I think across this game, he's been like the one guy fairly consistent in what he's brought to the table for Big. I think he's had a great attitude as well across the RMR and into the major. And if one thing's kind of clear from how he's playing, I think he probably feels that Big are playing a little bit scared right now, right? Like he calls the bluff on the smokes, runs straight through it, and that's kind of what spurs on everyone else from the Big squad to do the same. Up until that point, they were all just waiting behind the exec, and I think he knows, you can't win that round. If you respect their util and they have the rifles and you've got nothing, and then you're giving them the respect, it's over.
Yeah, you'll take 1-for-1s there. All right, neither team knows about the AWP in this position because the smoke put up blocks it. Searson, though, teaches Flit the lesson. Finds an opening kill on the ramp. James is still searching.
So comeback or just arc him just.
But James gets out. Had a couple of games like this for Rigo, and actually,
Шүр Монголд үзэх юм уу? Одоо тэр бол ландд чадвал үзсэн дээ одоо.
RMR into major. It's not been a great map for him. 2-15. Absolute stinker. But JDC and Crimbo locking down the B site. Smoke is down. VP will say thank you. They'll take that space. Now they know they have stairs. Can pull some boosts. Can play inside the smoke.
Boost хийхгүй маань VP
A lot
зүгээр
of options
флаш
presented,
нэр
so
алах юм уу?
eyes on for Big.
Маа флаш.
Flashes rain in. JDC bested after one. Crimbo, line held.
Oh, Crimbo ч юм уу яа гэдэг.
And it's just Jane left.
Амар тэнэг флаш хийх юм бүр бүгд харагдахаар.
Would love that,
VP
Ядаж
can't
хоёрыг
find their way
хийх
in.
нэг
would
л
love that
болчихно.
default molly on the exec, right? Like Big just get given free fights. One flashbang, they both dodge it, they re-peek, they're just ADing into fights. If James gets that molly in straight away, I think VP have a way better shot of actually winning that round. They can find Crimbo and set up. James will survive, James will keep his AWP, but that's all they're going to have to play with in this round.
I like that Crimbo and JDC are both started to kind of come alive on that B side of the map. I always have high expectations for anyone who was a part of those academy teams on Vertigo. This used to be actually one of the backbone maps back then, so you just have a crazy number of officials if that's where you came from. Obviously, it's been a long while. But, this game started pretty slow for JDC and Crimbo alike. And JDC was kind of the first guy to get switched on online. Now Crimbo's up there with him. And so just that save J-Morp now for Virtus Pro. The gap is starting to close on this one. I don't know if you're entirely worried yet. Jay wants to make a move with this AWP.
Cheeky.
Wild routing.
Yeah, it's not very James-esque, is it? But it gives him a really strong angle. He's going to jump up again. Top default though for Crimbo.
Мончлаа. Өнөөдөр сан баг үхэндээ
Might
сая.
have seen that that's an AWP as well.
I don't know if he did.
Oh, flashes get VP a lot of space.
Then
This
Motor
could
sign
get a
round.
little bit weird right now. Searson's coming in to stem the bleeding.
Энэ раунд
Molly's
нодод.
going to cause a problem. Searson hits a second shot, and it seems like
Бууга
it's
урдаа
looking
оруулаад
good for
буугаараа
Big
хүн
right
хандуулах
now.
ба тэгээд.
James not given an
Бард
angle to
урд нь ороо
smoke down.
гүйтгээ.
The thing that's a bit of a shame there for James is like now he just doesn't play the round, right?
Yeah,
Like saving that AWP is the best call for James.
yeah. It's very early though.
Джейм
You know,
өөрөө
that's if
урдаа
anything
оруулаад
why he
гүйсэн.
takes the wild routing, right? Like you let the AWP play first, hope that he can get you the opening, and with that you can swarm into a site on the pistols, get a bomb plant. Suddenly it's kind of worth James hanging around and trying his hand. But when VP are gifted that much space, they take it.
I mean, it's such a read though, because to do the routing like he did, right, just run through bottom B with the smoke and jump straight up on the left side, you're telling yourself there's no one top wood, there's no one Tetris, there's no one fighting. Like, James just reads that there's going to be no one playing aggressive for Big. High risk.
Анзаа гоо.
He's
Джейм
in
өгсөн
trouble
баха.
now. 14-5, might be 14-6. Oh, Rigon's knife out, pushing gap. It's not going to help your game, buddy.
They're all hunting this AWP down, though. You want to deny a James save if you can. And right now, it's Searson on for the ace. Shouldn't be in a position to get it, as tabseN is going to beat him down the ramp. Stopping a James save. tabseN will succeed in that goal, and the AWP knocked out. Death coming in after time for James. That is worst case scenario. For an entire, minute and a half. He didn't play the round. He elected to commit to that save. And so that's no small feat for Big. That's knocked out a serious tool from the VP wheelhouse here and put their money in an awkward spot. So, I said the game's closing up. You might not be worried yet, but losing around in that fashion, the worry starts to creep in if you're VP. They use up their last timeout now.
Yeah, they've been burning these. I don't want to be worried. I feel like VP have put on a pretty solid game. They had a great CT side. They convert their pistol in this half. They even win the bonus with the Mac 10 rush up A. But that's 3 rounds in a row for Big, and VP have they look lifeless in those rounds. Sure, some eco. But this has to be a new look now for VP.
Видео бүр чогч юм шиг 11 дээр энэ талаараа.
Again, go back to what they did on the bonus. He flashes up ramp, but searson just peeks aggressively.
Флит өгчлээ гэхэд.
Oh no, he's in trouble. searson can't escape.
Трейдэд орсон.
Crucial trade to keep Big in advantage. Considering
Ай.
Yeah. That's massive. Double kill.
За, Норберт нэг хажуудлаас носон.
Trying to be slick with it.
Бом харцсан юм байна. Хараагүй бом хараагүй байна. За Фэмийн нэг даах хэрэгтэй дэр Кримбог дааж чадах нь.
Yeah, this could still get interesting now.
This is a fun head-to-head. Two of the stronger riflers in the rosters. Flash is good though.
EQ өгчлөө.
And Fame gets nothing. Up gap.
Норберт, ёб твою мать, блядь.
Fame just got to fight through the orb.
tabseN's
not letting him go.
Энэ араанд чадахгүй шүү. 13-11-ээр хожигдох юм шүү VP.
I tell you what, for Big early on, you didn't really have anyone stepping up. It started with JDC and Crimbo reinforcing tabseN a little bit, but in this second half, there's absolutely no denying it. searson has come alive. Look at the opening duels for searson, 5-0. He feels like he's so consistently finding these advantages. These weren't things that Big had to rely on.
Технонод оржсэн Big Shy.
And he's playing with such
Тэр
confidence.
ямар юу инфо аваад оронгуудаа тэгээд зогсчих юм.
Out through short. Always trying to duel down ramp.
Электрик
Maybe
мотор
talk a
болоод
little bit about Vertigo across the RMRs and here in the major, and how AWP for CT side has changed a little. You don't get as many of these straight up ramp fights, but searson loves it.
За Кримбог даасан.
Crimbo there.
Jenny нэг байна.
Support was far away. Big. These can sometimes be the hardest rounds, right? VP feel like they have nothing to lose, so they play very fast, play very loose.
Fleet буута.
Big have to hold on here. You don't want to be all the way, 4 rounds.
Yeah, амар нэгэд орж ирэх юм.
Only to have the tech 9 strip all the way. And so tabseN leads by example there. Bit of help from Regon.
Энэ comeback.
And Big keep that one.
11-ээс их раунд авахгүй шүү энэ талаар.
They get great positions, but what can they do with it? Because Big on
VP Vertigo тоглолтог болсон гэхэд би гайхаад байгаа.
4 rifles peering in, and then they start throwing in essentially retake utility. Nade, Molly, default. VP are getting turned to dust. And Big just win every fight against the Tech 9s. This is now 2 rounds the difference. In a game the Big look done in.
За James шууд ramp руу сайд бол татлаа. Сайд гол татлаа.
It's got to be here. James AWP appears. I don't think he's had any openings on this T side though. Certainly not felt like it.
Flash
this round for Big is finally they don't have searson's AWP fighting down the ramp, and that's been, I think, so important. Instead, he's taken up this line in mid. Now, you'll see AWPers do this a lot. Hell, you saw James do it a lot in the first half. It's a strong line for the AWP, but if VP never come middle, you won't have that chance at the opener. Norbert, sure, he's in ladder room, but I think he's there just to throw the Molotov, right, to assist in this ramp take. So I don't think that's a fight searson ever gets. James AWP now rallies off for the opening. Right place, right time.
Okay, VP have
Jamie
to win
ганц
this
гэлийг
round or
харуулчихгүй
they're gonna lose this
өндөөрч.
game right now. They've got a 5v4. They've got the option to pull back and
Гол
take
давсан юм
it.
да.
But big, their B hold has been rock solid all game right now.
Yeah.
Gap denied.
Yeah.
Only a fake, but Rigon gets another
Ригон
double.
судлаач өчлөө 2-нд.
How's he done that? The two
За
rounds
4-3
required
байсан,
on this
4-3
CT half. He's put up a
4-5 байсан,
multi-kill.
4-3 болсон.
He's been a
За
non-factor.
JDC нөө JDC
Might have just saved this round from
JDC
spiraling
минус
out
1.
of control. Now you've got this dependable B-hold. Trying to hold
За 2-3 2-3 байна даа. Оо за comeback. Джейм бүр ямар ч impact авсан юм а. За голд нэг хүн гасан юм байна. Тэгээд өөр яа.
Dude, this is evidence that you're never out of a game, right? 2-16, you're never out of a game. You never lost it till the scores come through to the GGs in chat. Rigon was irrelevant. He was a problem for Big. He finds 3 kills, 3 multi-kills in rifle rounds in a row.
Man.
Recovery. Big are now favorites.
За Ramper desperate push хийсэн. Сайн багныг байгаад байгаа. Fleet-ийг харцгаая. Fleet deleted by Tabson but no other. За энэ раунд сүрс. 11. Ой, James 2-ыг алавчлаа. За 3-3. Адр одоохондоо 2 байна.
They pump the brakes. But interestingly
Гол
enough, right, and
Бэгс
oftentimes when they get this
буцаад
control, they
голоор
go back towards B.
инфо аваад байгаа.
They do
Кримбо.
send some of these players further afield,
Norbert
but the
байгаа.
ball
Norbert
remains
гэдэг өгч
over
байгаа үү.
around back of James. Crimbo pushing up over in middle, collects that freebie onto Norbert. It's going to have to be James and
Norbert useless
Electronic.
юм да. Угасаа.
The two topping the
14
charts.
алдсан юм шүү
The
дээ.
big two
Бид
names in
хамгийн
this
муу шиж
Virtus
байгаа юм
Pro
да.
squad.
Сервер.
James with the double
If he
kill to his name
jokes
already.
left.
Util comes out. Might not always see eye to eye. But right now,
Оо, хөт
this
өглөө.
duo have got to come together. Gun picked up for Electronic.
Jam electronic хоёр. За сэлэл гэж авах
Jim
Jam.
trying to get activated over it short. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be down to the wire. If they wait for these smokes to fade, the re-aggro from Searson. This could make or break the entire round. Back to
Jim хараагүй юу
Jim
сая.
picks up the third.
Too late.
20 seconds left. James used to work into the extremities of this clock, but it's too much pressure. And so JDC
За 11.
to capitalize as he's moving in. It's a tie game now from 11-4.
11-4-өөс 7 даалаа авчдаг юм байна.
But 7 rounds straight for Big.
7 дараалаад авцсан гэдэг
Absolutely on
ашлаа.
the other foot, and it does not fit for VP. Gotta commend Rigon, gotta commend the B holds that JDC and often Crimbo have put up in this game. Absolutely stop VP from just suffocating Big in so many gun rounds where they have advantage. They've had 5v4s, resets, they've had options. But Big just keep on coming. 3 fighting down ramp. We've got the AWP here again. James desperately looking for once more a pick on this side.
One of the things that Rigon brings to the table as well
Яадаг
is,
сон
we can talk
хийчихв
about
хөөе.
is sort of the energy boost he brings to the table, right? You aren't going to be getting much energy from a guy with 2 kills to his name when you're
Сүрс
11-4
энэ раунд.
down, and he's just getting wrecked
Ийм
over
easy
and
kill
over
өгөх хүн
again
байхгүй ш
around.
надад одоо нэг
Now
нэг
he's
пик
been
гарч
finding
өгөх
this
хүн
impact.
байхгүй
You
ш
see him
одоо.
getting hyped up on the player cams. You
Бүгд
see him
ингэ сон
getting,
ингээ ийм сон хийж байгаа гот нь бүгд
very
налчж байгаа хэвээр.
excitable at the dawn of every one of these rounds.
It would be very VP to win this round and still lose next to go overtime. But Big have pulled out a trick. Another boost for the big boys.
Одоо short-ын boost авч байгаа.
Electronic's holding
Яа,
it, but
electronic
Tabson's
хараад
not
байна.
passive enough that he's yet to be spotted, and as that smoke blooms in, they still don't know what Tabson's got in store. Norbert jumping up is a dead man
So,
walking.
Want to collect
Crowd
the
дөө л
get
гэдэг.
the hell off this boost, and
Yeah.
Tabson,
Oh,
right place to do it.
Nice.
Picked up first.
disaster.
That is a very
Оо
big
сэрснийг
name to
байдсан.
find. And
Оо
Tabson
VP бүр ямар ч
continues
дүүл
his
авч чадахгүй
reign
нөө.
of terror.
5-0 дуулах юм шиг бараг. Сүүлийн
VP have got to write it off. This one's done.
They haven't even seen that all game, right? They've gone to 11-11
Арай,
before
арай.
big pull out.
энэ баг яг гарны бичсэн юм байна. Одоо ингээд 1-2 боллоо тийм.
Fire a bullet in your last gun round.
They're
Now
coming.
they try to hunt down the save. They try to do a lot of damage. Extra punch.
Ай.
Can't get away with it.
Хөрийсэл чадсан.
Still big.
За 8 дараасан big.
In a row. They needed a 9-round streak to close this out, and that felt undoable. Coming into this.
Зөвхөн гарах нь яг нь
This is a
харцгаая
shocking
да.
game for VP. I mean, this is the game that makes you just hate your teammates, that makes you cut your teammates, frankly, after this tournament. This is a VP who had no excuses in this stage. 8
Өөр орж чадахгүй. За 10 хүчтэй тоглолтоор амар хүчтэй тоглолт оруулсан.
match point to big.
Тэгэл байхгүй. За. Кримбо бүр гоё гар гоё оф англ аваад болж байна. Уурчлан бүр шууд өгөхээр байна.
Very far off the short side.
Ah.
CSN AWP rallies
He's a
up.
rock.
Yet another opening for big.
Тавсан
Easy to
чинь
talk about Rigo and Tabson, the behold. Searson has been everywhere on the CT side. He has not missed a single shot.
Even now, he's trying to roar to life.
Ге.
That head-to-head, CSN's AWP. A man that was always called an onliner.
Что, блядь,
Real
делаешь,
story
нахуй?
here To save the day for the big
Уу
squad.
авах чаа
Winnable,
хүчин шиг
but
байна.
bombs late.
Norbert has to
За
stay
Norbert
alive.
1-3 харъя.
Fall. If he dies
Авчих юм
before
бол
that
чам би
bomb gets
Lord
in,
Norbert
it's
гэж
a
нэрсэж
huge
байна.
problem for Virtus Pro. Plays it safe with the smoke down. Big give up
30 секунд
control
байгаа
over
л
the
юм
site.
байна.
They let
А,
Norbert
хоёулаа юм уу,
close the
тэгж
gap
яах
and they allow this plant to come in. That's CSN.
What?
Move he makes. Caught by
What?
Norbert up close. Can he save Virtus Pro?
Ай. Ге, блядь.
Jackson, Big's captain, full faith, no question.
Арын үн өгцөн үе мэдсэнгүй сая.
4 rounds in that
Who wants to watch VP?
No, VP are kind of the melatonin of Counter-Strike team.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Энэрийн
You
тоглолт
get to the point
дууссан
where
юм
You're
уу?
almost falling asleep, and then they wake you back up with excitement in the final
going
few
for a
moments.
clutch. He's doing it.
But if you guys have neighbors who are very loud and like to yell a lot
Yeah.
consistently, and you've tried to get the message across, you know, they complain about the use of the aircon, they're always chatting some smack. Let us know, because we've got some really noisy neighbors next
no, they
door.
won't stop shouting about consecutive rounds for Big Lad. Rigo's amazing. And like, shut up.
Yeah.
For 1 second, I'm trying to cast.
And
Shut
I
up,
know you're
Tissue.
British, but they're the wrong
Oh,
kind
they're
of
the wrong
British.
kind. Yeah, I know for sure. Yeah. But either way, what I wanted to say is the Big Clan, and what he's trying to say is Big Clan and Virtus Pro. They're playing right now, and if you're interested, you can go and check it out.
Now we're going to go wide, everybody.
Let's go wide.
And I'm not talking about old Boomich wide. I'm talking about filling, because I can see there's only 3 players in the server wide.
Okay, who do I get angry at? I think C9 are in. They're
C9, 3 of C9 are
Okay,
in.
well, C9 Pain's an intriguing affair, is it not? But
It
we're
is.
not going to get there yet.
That's
what,
not wide.
Энэ
That's
автотлог
the
дөө
range.
I
нэ.
realised that. So now let me pivot, please. C9 and Pain is where we will end up. We're going to be here.
Мибер
But right now, we're
Passionаар дөнгөцөө тоглосон юм уу?
Adjacent
А
to that
тийм бүр
fact,
алаа хийсэн юм шүү дээ
I can tell
Мибер.
you all of the rookies playing in the major.
Oh, go on.
Would you like to learn about the
I'd
rookies?
love to learn about the rookies.
Representing China, Child King and Li Hang for Rare Adam. They'll be playing later in a game that will likely eliminate them. However, let's not get
They
there
made it.
too soon. They did make it.
I could tell you 5 rookies. We just casted them.
Yeah, they are.
Passion,
Yep.
Chiller, Jambo,
Yep.
Casmo,
The in-game
Fear.
leader
Fear,
and the.
Zerofix.
There it is.
Woo!
We can test some more knowledge. There is one rookie in Team Liquid. Who is it?
Oh, that's a great question. Ultimate.
Indeed.
Yes, come on!
Ой,
A
дараагийн матчд
17-year-old
нэг
who
юм
likes
лаа.
to swear in
Ah.
Portuguese representing Pain has big hands.
За 11-ээс 6 минутын дараа Fury Wildcard Pain Cloud9 аль нь
That
зөв?
my boy.
Pain
Snow.
Cloud9-ыг харах уу?
Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Also from the match we just did, MIBR.
Энэ хоёр ингэ байж л 0 арчиж.
Insani.
Insani.
Yeah,
Insani. Took him
Insani.
a while. He was
Oh,
he was
yeah.
around for a year and a half, 2 years before he got there.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Cloud9, another team we're about to do.
Is it Heavy Gods first?
It is Heavy God.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And perfectly in time, Alex, I have been informed by the magical man in my ear that we can start talking about this series. So let's start with Pain Gaming. Big Zero, Lux, Cows, Snow, and NQZ. Arguably the best team in Brazil.
I'd like to make it really clear, guys, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's very contagious. If I start hearing Pain and Snow in particular popping off, I might repeat what he says. I might. It might be rude in Portuguese. It's probably just some expletives. It just feels good to say, and it's probably going to come out of my mouth involuntarily. I want to just get that out of the way.
If Alex swears,
Yes.
It's not his fault,
No,
all right?
thank you.
So, look, you can see the tops of their heads there. Don't they look pretty? As we need to also talk about their opponent, Alex, because these are the Brazilian gentlemen going up against, well, a couple of Russians, Kazakhstani, and an Israeli on the other side of the server.
Combo. Yeah, interested to see how this blend continues to achieve. I am, of course, always looking to see the Boomich return after
Redemption arc?
Redemption arc. It is a
So
redemption.
after winning a major and then proposing and then having a whole public divorce thing?
That whole thing, yes.
That's really bloody
I mean, that
miserable,
was
isn't
what I
it?
was alluding to.
Яагаад
okay.
гэж байгаа
Well,
юм бэ
I
манай
mean, look,
бөмбөчийг.
listen, he's
Бөмбөчнөр яаж амар турсан
Yeah,
гэсэн чинь
he's
хагалгаа
good.
хэлсэн
He's on
гэж
his
хэлсэн
glow
шүү.
up.
he's having a glow up.
You always
Эцний
know
хаалгаа
which one's
хэлжээ
better after
турсан
the
гэсэн
breakup
шүү.
if they're having a glow up,
Yeah.
or
Нэрээ.
if they're in a relationship 3 months later. That's what
But
Instagram told
what
me.
if you keep going back to your ex, and your ex, by all accounts, is considered mid?
Well,
Like Inters.
they got their hooks. Oh my god. Inters is the
Inters
purest of
was хийгээд
support
байлаа
players
сая.
that you ever will find. You take him with you. He'll do the job you need him to
What
do,
job
but
do
he
you
won't
need him to do, man? Get his one.
smoke tunnels.
Nice smoke, man. Sick. Appreciate you.
Let us know that
There he
they're
is.
coming.
Яа, Heavy God. Хоёр гар бол heavy байна да. Энэ доор санжанаад байгаа юм харж
He
байна.
has certainly become a fan favorite.
Triceps center бол байна байна.
Enlighten me as to why?
Because he frags hard.
fragger.
He shoots hard. He's another one of these Israelis that really can deliver in the output department, right? And you think about how many of those that we have at the moment.
Heavy
We've
God
got
Israel is also
Desertion,
two
we've got
victims.
Nerds, we've got Spinks, we've got Flames here. Now we've got the Heavy God. He's got some great little highlights under his
Дуул
belt.
citizenship
And
дээр гарах
going
юм
into this
байл.
matchup right now, he is an absolute win condition in my mind. Axel can only play good against FaZe. That's obviously a little bit of a joke. Obviously, he can play good against other teams. But Axel's obviously one that, if he can play well online with Heavy God, then you've got Icy as your, not your Amcal version of Orpa, but a better variation of that. You have a trio that can definitely find you some output. But I can already see what map that we're going to be heading into here, so we won't beat around the bush about this with the Vita. We'll whack it up on screen for you. It is going to be Anubis as the
Anubis
best of one.
тоорн юм дээ.
And again, this is, well, the last best of one for the secondary stream for the opening stage, and then we do it all again for the elimination. Loser of this will drop down to the 1-2 bucket. Winner will go up to the 2-1 bucket and be one best of 3 away, either way from qualification or elimination.
Okay, most notable in that Vito graphic is just that Cloud9 did have the choice between Dust2 and Anubis in election.
Which is surprising. Both teams are currently on a couple of match losses in a row on Anubis. The percentage win record, if you just look at HLTV, would show that this is a much better map for Pain, but they've lost 2 on the trot. Cloud9 on the other side have lost 3 in a row. And the same kind of conversation I was having as a bit more of a boon in favor of MIBR in the previous match, which didn't work out, right? Obviously 18% for them on Mirage.
Cloud9
saying, hey, they could have worked on it. It could be a punish, could be prep.
Хөөрхөн баг
Maybe
байсан
the
шүү
same type of
гамбит ахтай.
conversation for Cloud9 on this one going up against Pain. So for them, yeah, they could have had a bit more time to work on this map. Now, if we take a look, they will be starting on the CT side, I do believe. So Pain have opted to start on the T side. You're going to have Snow on the T side trying to get you the A main space. You're going to have Cows on the other extremity as your B lurk or B initiator. Big Uzera in standard fashion as the in-game leader will be looking for the mid space. NQZ as the AWP will be here, there, and everywhere. And Lux is a bit more flux. That's not just adding an F to his name, but he'll be over towards A main, helping out Snow. He'll be going up connected when NQZ's there, popping it with the AWP. So look at Lux as the man who tells you what type of territory they want to be vying for early on within those rounds. And on the CT side, he gets to be the rotating player, right? So he backs up mid, he gets to go A main, he gets to go for connector picks, he gets to do all the fun stuff. Inters will be your B long holder, which is a bit of a boring job. And also one that you can be quite exploited upon. Heavy God with a fun position. We'll get to see him roaming and doming over towards connector. Boomich is your mid defender on the CT side. And finally, you will be having the likes of Axel putting his aim on display over towards A main. So that's
Big
the
Uzera
for both of these
том
teams
тарих
as they will lock horns. And
Brazilian
tell you
хамгийн
again,
баг
just
хамгийн том
another
тарих баг
update.
шүү.
We only have 6 players in the server, so we're still missing 4 more. So just bear with us. And I'm going to bring up Twitch chat so we
Subway
can get the people at home
Corsair,
involved in our
баахан
conversation.
Okay, I'll bring up Steam chat.
спонсорууд байна.
Okay, who are you messaging?
Cloud9 гэсэн чи ганцхан өрөөд боллоо юм шүү.
Oh, okay.
The BC game
Obviously,
гэдэг байдаг
Everyone's
лээс.
just typing drop, which obviously does nothing.
Well, he was in the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just showing their
Sorry, they're
respects.
cheering for him.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark. I love this guy. Drop.
Let's go drop.
Let's go exclamation mark Boomich for this one.
Yeah, exclamation mark Boomich. That's a fun one.
Or Boombla, if you don't know how to
Boombla.
say his name. Which I didn't when I first read it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, how would you?
Who's Boombla? I would ask.
Look at Rix.
There he
We got
is.
Rix as the coach and Groove as the other coach.
Okay, and both of them, of course, with some pedigree in their Counter-Strike. Going to be interested to see how Pain fare in this one. I thought they'd be kind of front runners in the opening stage. I thought
Tactical
that
ахшиг.
they wouldn't perhaps have
Bro.
the trip up.
Их цаг бол
that they've already
болчлоо.
encountered. It's
Can we go off topic again for a bit? Because I can see we're not getting
Yeah,
game
yeah.
like at least for a few minutes.
all right. Hang on. Can I have a sip of water? Is that going to be
I think it'll be
that
fine.
crazy? I'm
No,
a
it's
bit
fine.
thirsty.
No, I think we're filling.
All right.
We're waiting for the
Well-
teams. You know, we're at the mercy of what's happening in China right now. For anyone who's not sure, we are remote broadcasting from Romania in the PGL offices, which we've become a bit of a home. We were here earlier in the year for Copenhagen as well. We've been here plenty of
Romanians.
damn times.
Ruminas.
Yeah, it's a bit of a change this time around because early in the morning. But I did say I was going to take a look at Twitch chat.
What have you got? Anyone saying anything cool?
Why is Lauren awake?
It's not Lauren Pansy Scott.
Lauren
She
Pansy
probably
Scott.
hasn't been to bed yet.
Why is she awake?
That's not real. To be fair, she
I
is like
swear-
she's an adult.
I swear to you, Casmo, she's here.
No, not on
Yeah.
Jambo.
I swear on Jambo's life.
Yeah, what's good? What's good, Loz? Lauren Pansy
Jambo
Scott.
number 5.
That's
Isn't
crazy,
he
man.
he's one of the greats.
is.
He's one of the
One of the
absolute bloody greats. Everyone's doing exclamation mark Boomich and they're getting message deleted.
I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know.
I hope
What
they're
have I
not
done
getting
that for?
banned. I don't know, but you've really started something
I had
now.
to boom one time.
What are we? Everyone's in the server.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of Counter-Strikey thing.
3, 4, 5. I just set the CT and T side
No,
setup.
I had one more thing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I was just going to ask you, from you.
Me specifically.
Хотлоо цаг нэг цаг үүрэгтэй юм уу? Нөгөө стрим дээр нэг тоглох юм.
Head-to-head.
across the world.
Who
It's
was
a
your
beautiful
knee-jerk
culmination.
winner? Was there a
That's
knee-jerk?
what
Was there like,
the
ah,
new
it's them.
scheduling has done
They've
for us.
Furia
It
wild
wraps
card
up
is
so
there.
many
Like a 60-40,
storylines so
50-50
neatly,
kind of vibe.
as opposed
It
to
was
having a
60-40 pain.
Okay.
I think the thing is, Cloud9, I think with their heavy hitters, with what's available from Heavy Gold and Axel, I think that they can be very strong. But in terms of them warming into this level of play, they've been having to play in online tournaments and everything like that. They've been doing all that rubbish. Whereas I've just seen more of Pain.
Yeah.
But I think that these are the perfect type of teams to trip Pain up. Like, you look at it and you go, oh, well, these are the ones who we would expect Pain to get. But it's actually pretty fair competition for them.
Yeah.
So it's ever so slightly Pain. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Cloud9 take this one.
No, I mean Cloud9 have just been through the ringer. It felt like they had assembled what felt like a god squad at the very start of things. I thought, this is going to be kind of Gambit V2.
Yeah, it is a shame that team never really worked.
Like Electronic Shiro.
Yeah,
like that
Axel,
was strong.
Perfecto.
Supposed to be
It was
good tier.
Hobbit,
Yeah,
right? The biggest issue at the time was the in-game leader conversation, right?
Yeah. But boom in for Hobbit, like that sounds like
yeah.
a banger.
But
Bitсэн байсан
personality-wise,
шүү.
they didn't get along and ended up in things falling apart. Shiro obviously went over to Spirit, Electronic now at
You
VP.
could say greener pastures for Shiro. I think for him, just the mental load was released upon
Yes.
departure.
Широгийн юм мөг нь үзээд тахаар тэр Spirit Team log энэ үзээд тахаар
He's been in limbo.
жоохон сэтгэл зүй жоохон муутал юм шиг харагдсан да.
We got game.
А,
And I'm not
Anubis.
talking about Alex and I.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the Counter-Strike on your screen right here, right now. Pain Gaming representing
John
Brazil
Gatsita
going up
нөгөө
against Cloud.
Mental load was released upon
Yes.
departure.
Perfecto not on a roster. He's not a free agent, but he's on the.
Has
I
been-
believe he's not a free agent, but he's on the.
Has
I
been-
believe he's been hanging about. But I tell you what,
Zah.
we got game, and I'm not talking about Alex and I.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the Counter-Strike on your screen right here, right now. Pain Gaming representing Brazil going up against Cloud9. 1-1 match. Let's get it on.
Someone will win.
За best of 1
And
Hudson
that's
2-1
the
болно.
one.
За зүгээр 10 4
So, yeah,
5
I mean,
үсэ.
you can hear this. So they're playing retake. They had a whole plan in mid. Oh, okay, this is not what they were expecting. They had a whole different visualization of how this round was going to go down. They don't have a kit either. This is already a huge disadvantage for Cloud9. They had a whole game plan, perhaps an anti-strat, and it's not what they were expecting. And now we have to look at Big Uzera's view model. I'm sorry. I know. He's got a flank, though, and it's booming.
Ай.
It was booming.
За даас.
Down to Big Uzera. Jermaine Main
Сайн дээр 2 хүн байгаа.
First contact between the two of them. Cowes still with Axel.
Ooh, pain.
Oh, it's Cowes. Look at him drop it off.
Гоё юм да.
With the Glock.
Did you see that Cowes round yesterday on Dust
Yeah, I
2?
watched it. I didn't get to catch
Угаасаа
it live. Saw the
жинхэнэ
clip. It
амьдрал
was
дээр
nothing
энэ
to do
про
with
гарууд
headshot.
сонирн байдаг байх уу?
It's like he
Ихэнх
was playing
цагаа.
Free Fires or something.
Гэсэн
The guy
яард.
just looking robotic, steady aim.
Really steady. That's a
What are we
perfect
talking about?
description for it. Yeah, and the coach with a proud smile. It's a
Бүүмишин
clean
талаар яриад
start
байгаа
to
юм.
this best of one.
All right, well, T-sided map, Cloud9 will have to stomach the full eco. Now, we traditionally have been setting a bar of 4 or 5 rounds for the CT side as a pretty handy haul
E-box
for them to be able to
утсан.
work with.
Тэгээ гол
So keep
тавлаа
tabs
маань
on
контревд.
Now, for this, it's just about keeping things
Town
clean and
USB.
easy if you're Pain. Heavy investment of bodies over towards A. I'm talking.
Тага
all
игээд
five.
лаар
You can
ороход
see
яг
this little boost
чадахгүй
set up
шүү
in middle,
дээ.
But I don't think it's going to net them an awful lot. Can just execute in towards A with the util. Look at that, everything flying through the sky.
Bloody
There's not a
hell.
safe place to stand.
It's diligent, isn't it? I mean, even if they had stacked A, there's nowhere to stand. Look at that double molly as well.
Яачуу.
Distraction.
Нүдээ нэг хальт аниад нээсэн чинь дуусч байгаа юм.
Just a HE right in between the whole stack.
That one's going to leave the ears ringing. All right, well.
Зүгээр сая
Now
яг
onto the
штэ.
guns, Cloud9. Pistol, you had the wrong read of the situation. First rifle round, you have a better surmise of what's going to unfold. Now remember that setup. Axel over towards A. Boomich middle. Icy as you're rotating. Peace, Inters, and Heavy God to lock down B.
За Cloud9 яаж яхаг харцгаая. Би одоо ад тоглолтог хүн.
Boomich starting
Sorry.
here. Inters starting middle.
12 явж байна шууд.
So maybe they've changed their setup. That is
Шатны
very
нөөд мэд
possible.
ихгүй шууд нэг нь
They could have
фаунтны
changed
дээр
their
гарангуудаа нэг нь урдаа эндээ үзэж байгаа юм байна.
Well, if Inter's peaks,
За
he's
Пенес
dead
энэ
man,
гол
and if
буст
it
гаргаж
facilitates
ирсэн.
the
Пик
Biggs
хүн
ever
байхгүй
mid-wall,
угаасаа. Бүр
Inter's wise to their
Template
potential,
авч
he
байгаа
is
юм
going
байна.
to just slip away.
Зөв нь хоолтын байдалтай. Ямар ч агро байхгүй Пенес.
Towards mid control early.
This is wild.
So quick.
He's got no head armor,
Now you
Alex.
just smoke and go. Okay, 5 seconds. 5 seconds and we wrap.
That's a terrible fight for Inters. He has no head armor versus the MAC-10.
Yeah, he doesn't even take it. Sure, the A players have thrown some nades through, but it's not going to deter them. Inters gets to heaven in time. Big Uzera down. Nice work from Icy. Snow is going to be a threat. Snow is going to be a problem. The pressure applied from both fronts, but Inters is providing great support. Huge from Inters.
Интерс
Finds a
ч
way
юм
to
бүр
actually provide.
борстаад байгаа юм шиг.
After what was a very redundant fight for him in middle, he manages to pivot into something useful, and it's a double kill. NQZ, you said that no head armor. Well, eventually it comes back to haunt him. Does get taken down by
This
that
is tough for
Mac 10.
Snow.
Oh, they know where he was. And lovely headshot. That was Axel just on the pivot. Hits that headshot. NQZ 7 bullets. Doesn't have the equipment for this. Last seen Heaven. Heavy got his lock in the door to the beach. Don't know why there's a door to the beach.
Yeah,
but
it's like the Truman Show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gate. And he's gone.
Okay, well,
Clean
if
with
there
it.
is a change in the CT setup, I'm just going to go back and have another look to make sure I've done my homework correctly. But I'll even just go last map as opposed to last 5.
За энэ дээр аль нь ч хайсан бас хамаагүй. Хоёулаа миний нөө гарах дээр байгаа.
Now, so we'll see how it shapes
They got
up.
a lot
But
of space in mid, and then I actually feel like Cloud9 handled that with a degree of poise.
well, that's the thing. I think that the mid player needs to be humble enough to realize when that space is lost and rotate Heaven. A lot of players will stick around, and it's like, what are you doing, man? You can't contribute whatsoever.
Yeah, you can spam that smoke, you're not going to have much of a shot.
They've changed their setup.
Тийм.
So they've changed Inters and Boomich's positions.
Interesting. Coming into a best of one for your 1-1 matchup of the opening stage of the major. Interesting to be making changes mid-tournament, but
Well, I don't think they've played this map in a while, so you know that's I guess one of those positives, right? You have the last time they played it was Thunder Pit,
oh shit.
so yeah, you have time to be able to adjust these things in the lead up. So these are the little details. So what type of impact it has on the overall gameplay. We might see just more of a passive mid stance because Inters doesn't strike me as the type of guy to be as crazy as Boomich. Right, he's not going to be fighting doors as much. He'll be a whole lot more passive.
It's interesting they've been so kind of dedicated to these 2 rifles A starts. Like Axel and Icy are both active. Like they really want to stop Snow from taking baskets and demanding that control.
I think Snow is their highest rated player on the T side of this map.
That certainly checks out. Oh, lovely work. Inters with the shadow advantage. It's an opening kill. After a round-winning double, he's provided an opening. heard me talking smack. 40 seconds and you're smoked off. Still incendiaries available. Lux throws out one of his own. Going to throw out the smoke for the finish.
This is very tough now.
Yeah, Cowards tries to draw attention. It's just that Mac 10, but they're focused in the right places. Turn that flash and lovely work. Lux does open up the door a little bit here. Hold on. Could go wrong. Irtzee, what can you do? No way! With a couple of seconds to spare, they break through.
Give it a go. The retake, though, they're low.
Yeah, Icy's going to have a look. Lux first contact. Behind that pillar, NQZ very low HP, should be a clean frag, and now spots out the leg of Lux. Cowes cannot win this on his own.
Oh, wow.
Lux still gets one. What are you doing? He's going around the world, pivoting towards Dark. Is it planted for you? He's holding.
Oh.
He's holding.
Oh.
Icy's holding. No! Cowes! Red face as Icy comes up clutch. And you're left with a Mac 10 as well. That's bleak.
I can't believe they'd even broken into that, and I think Cowers is expecting the save in that scenario, but they knew that, I believe it was NQZ who was low on HP. So the fact that they trade in, this was huge work. Lux did very, very well alongside of NQZ getting in towards the site. You feel like they should have faltered there. Icy gets this one onto NQZ. Lux still grabs one, so you're like, well, he has had a great round. But this from Cowers, out position, Sizzler defused, snatched away around with one staying alive. And yeah, you bang on. If that was an AK into this round, you think, oh, Pain, you've definitely got something you can tussle with. But now just a Mac 10, you're asking a lot of Cowers.
Yeah, I don't see a universe where the Mac 10's kicking open this B. Heavy God's ready for it. You're not going to win that duel with Inter swinging off of his contact. They've got 3 ready on B. Axel just tending to mid now with the luxury of Icy posted main. They believe he can take that duel comfortably on his own.
I really actually don't mind this change, having Inters as the mid defender, because it's the type of position, if you have someone who tends to have aggressive tendencies, which we all remember Boomich at Sandbags on Inferno, then you can be exploited, take a lot of nade damage, where Inters is going to be a bit more risk adverse. Get rid of the D.
They're trying the same play, but Inters, let's see what his react. Oh no, wait. Deviation. Same response, so Incendiary upon mid control being lost, but they've smoked cam side. Exile with the name main re-smoke. Kind of redundant for Icy to hold. So they're trying to wrap through. Inters in this off angle though. They do draw his crosshair, so that's a rifle that's retrievable.
30 seconds, they're in CT spawn.
Yeah, where's the finish? Boomich tends to cave.
Feels like it has to be B, but as they backpedal, that's telling a different story. 20 seconds, need to get a move on.
Yeah, trying to pivot into Axel and Icy. Axel, he goes looking for trouble here and spots them out, commits to his spray. Full faith in his spray. He does nail it. I mean, that felt like a risk there from Axel. You stand, you crouch, you completely commit to a static position. But under the understanding that it was only that one M4 on Snow. Has that weapon advantage and profits from it. Look at this. Just grinds them up.
A4 fan. Man after my own heart. Good stuff from Axel. It's a full-length table pad gamer right there. Not too many of those that exist in the upper echelons, but here we are. Rifles back out for Pain.
Yeah. I mean, it's skinny, but it is long.
It's about how you use it.
He's used it very well there.
This is B direct.
Well, that's what Icy was hoping for. He's just caught the Cowes walk. Nice to see the AWP already showing some dynamic positioning. Woohoo! Careful there, Lux. The break of the smoke nearly led to another. Axel, bit aggressive. It doesn't matter if you hit your shots. Hyper aggressive for an A anchor.
Yeah, this is going nicely, isn't it? They've changed the setup again. So they had Boomich tending mid, Icy's AWP over towards B, and Inters as that support player. So the CT side looks like they have done some work, Cloud9.
Yeah, for real. I mean, lovely. And then he re-smokes, and you have a choice now, Snow. You tuck into baskets or you keep searching. He'll do the latter and puts Axel on his ass. That's a huge amount of space. Now they catch Inters in rotation. It's just boom on bricks. Boom on bricks. Now deleted to NQC. Pain, they can shoot just as hard. Heavy God walks into Lux. Lovely work. This Anubis understanding the T-side strengths of having that mid player. You can see what it meant to that double kill of Lux. It makes it awkward for Heavy God leaving B. It makes it awkward for Inters leaving mid. it just really destabilizes them.
You can't be losing a 3v5 though. That AWP kill came to Icy as easy as you'd like. Cow has literally just walked into it. Then Big Uzera was found with the push, right? So that feels real sloppy from Cloud9 to lose a round like that after just giving away one A kill.
Yeah, I'm trying to pinpoint which death.
It's Axel, because that was the domino of rotation.
Because he's
that then opened up Inters, yeah.
And I guess he was under the impression that no one would be ahead of it.
Thought the coast was clear.
Ooh dear.
Bit of a misstep, and with some of the damage that they have sustained, it puts the buy into question. Boomage and Heavy God could both get M4s. Icy could drop one. Inters could operate with an SMG. Will Groove get on the mic for a timeout? That's the question. Look at this, easy, just waltzing around the corner. No flash, no jiggle, no nothing. This is the kill from Snow. Sight now feels enabled. Lux pivoting through middle. Great damage from him. Important shot from NQZ. They're in, round theirs. Well done from Pain.
Yeah, oops. It felt like, I mean, just those first two kills, we started kind of feeling like, okay, Cloud9 are locked in today. And then that happens, and the dialogue changes.
Well, they do take that timeout. As mentioned, you can see Groove, he's been with this, well, not this roster, but I suppose from Gambit into Cloud9, the lineage of the team, for a decent chunk now. And we'll see if he has anything to offer. Into the next round, they're only talking 1,900 as the loss. So if they feel that full buy is the most appropriate way forward, we will not see investments behind Icy saved AWP. And that appears to be the course of action. Inters has invested into a P250 with Kevlar, and there's also a Deagle that Heavy God is working with. So operating with a safer approach. I guess because they already have 3 rounds and we're talking CT side of Anubis, they know they only need 1 to 2 more, so they want to try and get there with the full buy fashion. That's why losing a 3v5 on the CT side really stings. That could have been such a big one. All right, well, Snow, even aware of the possibility, doesn't use util, just goes wide and fast. Still risky, Orpus can hit those.
Heavy God can hit these.
2 on the fade, though. He's not getting both. Jesus, maybe... I take it back.
I don't know. As soon as you said that, I just kind of held my breath. I don't know, man.
He almost got both.
He did nearly get both. And Icy actually is already on B. Oh, this is uncomfortable for Pain. And this USP's got nothing to lose, everything to gain. How's he done that? The Heavy God Dig softens him up for that one tap from Exile. Icy just arrives at just on the scene. Snow dips under. Is Icy going to be ready for this angle? Well, he is now. He is now. Icy on the hunt. Oh! Snow. Great awareness from Snow to return to that potential. Saves his teammate Big Uzera.
And frustration for Icy there. You thought he had him dead to rights. A free kill on the table. Now it's AK scavenged and probably better saved. But they will give it a look. At least a Leah.
Just a little looky Lou. If anyone overextends, if anyone was a main and committed to this, and maybe now is the time to start giving that one up. You're not getting the frags you wanted. Wow, really stubborn about this. You don't have a kit. You'd have to be defusing
He's
now.
just thinking financial damage? Or are they giving it a go?
They're nervous now, for sure.
They can't win. They're just looking for damage. They might lose all the AKs here. Yeah, they do. Okay. Pretty decent work, to be honest. 3.5 on Lux, 4K on Snow, 4.2 on NQZ.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more damage than they were probably worth.
It's significant damage.
That was a saved AWP and what? A Desert Eagle and
a P250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Icy knows he got kind of booked there by Snow. Okay, Icy, that is a hyper-aggressive maneuver, and he turns the flash for the peak. NQC, however, peeks into Heavy God. Interesting to see Icy's aggression's not rewarded. Heavy God assuming the coast was clear. Now they're walking into B just as Boom looks away. Icy, whoa, Icy, what happened there? What happened there?
Like he froze.
It did look like a freeze.
I don't know.
Either that or like...
Was he like just talking or looking at the radar? Or
but you don't peek into an angle while you're looking at anything else.
Well, you would assume not.
So yeah, it might have been a technical hitch.
Either way, that's going to be the 5th round for Pain. All that damage they just sustained, all for naught. essentially, they get these upgrades from the Galils into something a little bit tidier, and you'd be more than happy with that. Wonder if we'll catch anything on the replay from a camera POV that'll show us. But, all right. Well, 5 in the bag for Pain. But this is a bit of a tussle. I am liking the action that we're getting. There's some good trading, some decent moments individually. 3v5s, they always go down quite a treat. I'm gonna go check out the mainstream. It's got the desk. We've got Teko with Dust and Maui. And their matchup at the moment is being casted by Harry and Hugo. That's Furia versus Wildcard, another 1-1 affair. And this one will be going down on Vertigo. So check that one out on your secondary stream. Oh, and yeah, okay.
Whoops.
Well, that may have just been an oopsie daisies. That looks like stress, if I've ever seen it. Yeah, because no tech timeout called or anything like that.
No,
so
so
you'd assume
just a bit of lag in the
yeah,
lag of the mind.
of the brain.
Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, they've made no secret that he wants
The fact he
he
shoots
wants
as
them
well.
to know. He wants them to know.
Yeah, I guess. So they want to force them into this A stack, but you know it's Axel and Inters alive.
Yeah, and Axel shoots. Inters does too. But, oh, Icy down instantly from the heaven position. Now the smoke trying to bait them in, but Axel still instantly dead.
I feel like the rifles could not have been in worse positions for that.
Yeah, like if I was making a list of awkward positions for a rifle.
Hey guys, let's be right next to each
when
other
they're
in the
coming
sight.
from mid,
Let's be together in the
so
sight.
they can get out camera into heaven and be all around us without
And they can
us
also
seeing
drop
them.
a shitload of nades on us.
They got shot through the Axel's smoke as well. Look at this from Begazera. Does he get the second? Oh.
Wait!
Oh, he needs a minute. He needs a minute. I'd be taking a pause just for that.
Yeah, let the kid cool down.
It was a flash, excuse me. I thought he spammed through the smoke. Axel exposed, and yeah. Oh,
Hey.
just feels good to
You did
say.
warn
It feels
everybody.
good to say,
You warned
man.
everybody.
What is that chibi weeby placement? That is crazy. And that is
That's the deluxe right there.
Oh, deluxe! Indeed! Woof! Axel's just doing a bloody concrete inspection.
Lurks on lurks on lurks.
Through the smoke, Axel. No.
Leave Icy alone.
He's not happy. Oh, and neither are Cloud9. Bloody hell, they haven't won a round since the 3v5.
Peeled apart.
Oiski boyski.
Icy having a bad time. He's just walked out on jail on you. He's just used the lurk. After you've lost 2 guys on A, why is he walking through the B lurk smoke?
On his own. Just doing his thing. And he just re-smoked main. Like, you gave him all the info as well, so you feel like a bit of a pillock.
7. That's the number. That's the number indeed.
Do you think Big Uzera's doing it because he likes it, or do you think he's doing it because he knows it annoys people?
The view model.
And the chibi placement in combination. Like, it almost feels deliberate at this point.
Let me have a look.
Why have you put it on the tip? Like a little dangly...
Is it meant to sit like that too?
It just...
Because it looks like it's in the way.
It is. It is in the way of my enjoyment of Counter-Strike.
Then I feel like he's doing it just to annoy
Look
people.
at it.
It looks ugly as
It's
hell.
ridiculous. And
Guys,
I think he loves it. I think that's why he loves it. Maybe
You think he's that type of guy?
I think he's done it because it's like...
He doesn't strike me as
Yeah, you know...
like a high-level troll.
Yeah. Like, he goes home, he clocks off, goes and, like, kisses his wife and kids and, and has a normal life. But when he boots up Counter-Strike, he's like, I'm going to be a weirdo.
Okay.
You know, like, he does both.
Yeah.
He does both.
All right. Well, get yourself an in-game leader who can do both,
Yeah,
guys.
man.
All right.
Some
Well,
air horns as well.
yeah,
That's
I didn't
cool.
know they were allowed in the venue.
Look at this one. I mean, he can't even be mad at Inters. Like, it's an instant transfer. And now we take a pause. Okay, that feels necessary. Groove on the mic. Maybe give Icy a little shoulder rub.
Yeah, I don't know if you can help him at this moment.
He's gone for the AWP.
Oh, I hate the way Heavy got sitting. That's his foot coming out under his right leg.
It is. He's gone one shoe, one sock.
Okay.
Ooh. I mean, I do like to sit on a leg.
Maybe one foot gets colder than the other.
I might try that tonight, this afternoon.
You can't on our chairs, mate.
I hate my chair so much.
You can't on that. You
So much.
should just play on your knees.
Yeah, honestly. Then a chair that just slowly decompresses over time. We've got an AWP.
We do have an AWP.
You've invested in that.
And we also have pistols and an MP9 and some smoke. So
Was it invested or was it saved? Excuse me, I might be. No, Heavy got saved. Well, where did that? He saved the AWP. Must be. Sorry for that. It's Inter's AWP, so it does make sense. Inter's either. You know what? It's not my job.
it's all right and it's early.
It's not my job. There was a save. Heavy God.
Okay, I think Heavy God found it at the end.
Thank you. And it has resulted in a frag onto Big Uznee. The money didn't make sense otherwise. Flashbang. Icy.
Now they have another bad one that's a bit like what the Brazilians slay.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. Profanity has no place on this broadcast. Just for Icy's sake, guys.
Yeah.
Do it for Icy. Oh, well blocked. Boomich has just pushed B. You might have to brave that.
Yeah, what, into two of them? You better have the best flash in the universe.
Yeah, but also, look how small the map is.
This is anti-flash, so unless Axel hits a cracking deagle. Axel, enters, tested, results in a 2 for 2. Boomage from behind catches NQZ, and it is a Cloud9 round. Icy with the opening and closer. Even 2 AKs on top of that, as well as the 4th round. So that's going to feel very good. The powerful smoke, well timed. Nice opening from Icy, and this combination of Axel and Inters both getting themselves some damage. Inters converts both kills. That's an important one, just to make a CT half that you can be proud of. You can work with a 8-4 half.
Indeed.
You can certainly work with a 7-5.
It's more about the build-up of those frustrations. So I guess you can shrug those off with 2 nice rounds back-to-back.
Yeah.
Aggressive stance on B right now.
Lux smoke, but he has vision over this. I'm sure it's pre-aimed. You know that's a possibility. Lux, free frag, and Big Uznee wants to go looking. Incendiary will limit his options.
Even when you come around that corner, you can be worried about an AWP with that lurk smoke in play too. So surprised that Lux goes down for free. But 5, more than available now. Exile just takes a peer out, sees nobody's home, has the smoke to block, and well, that's the timer. Gets the info. 3 players over towards B for Cloud9. A replenish over towards Stark, and Heavy God just gets on top of Snow.
Crushing blow.
Well, they've won a 3v5 before.
Yeah, but I don't think Cloud9 are going to be falling to the same twice. Cross smoke dropped, both sides smoke dropped. They're trying to keep the boost planted here. Molly nearly found a frag there onto the low HP of Heavy God, but
there's no way this late in the round that you're ready for that boost. That boost is not something that you're going to see come into play that late very often.
Yeah.
So we're 2v5 now, feeling like 5 rounds more than secure for Cloud9. Any more twists and turns?
However, if it was to go wrong, it would be Icy misses a shot. Axel turn, never mind. You know what? He hasn't missed it. He's taken down NQZ. Boomich on the rotation, nails it. 7-5. Call that one a recovery.
Yeah, the fact that they stayed in it, right? I think the AWP round from Icy in the previous fills you with a bit more confidence. So, yeah, Cloud9 get the job done within the first half. So both teams walking away with what could be considered par for the course.
2 rounds off the back of a Groove timeout as well. For a coach, that's got to feel like a well-used, well-utilized resource.
Yeah, Groove's one of those coaches which we think he has a big game, but seeing it manifest is a different question. Obviously, when we just talked about that dream roster previously with Perfecto and Electronic, etc., The fact that that was such a shambles, you just have to wonder why. Is a mismanagement of personalities. But anyway, that's a story of the past. Right now we're in the present. And presently, Cloud9 have made this a competitive affair on Anubis. If we switch sides, we now get the defense out of pain. And they found the pistol off of a huge Cowes 4K. They're going to be able to grab the CT1 as well. We do see a kit for Lux. He'll also be rocking some util. And there's a decent smattering of util. There's also drop dual Berettas, another smoke in the mix. As the have funds enter the chat. For the tees, a smoke, 2 mollies and a flash. And, well, it does look like it is going to be a very heavy A-go.
With double molly.
What, so bricks in sight?
Probably. Or the double molly we saw with thrown out on the...
True, for the stairs as well. Well, they have a quick rotation. They're not playing retake, however, Pain.
Yeah, 1-3-1 with quick response times.
NQZ can flash for Cowes. That's the... Oh, he's actually playing Pixel Gap.
It's a nice position, nice play. Ready to punish. Oh, Icy hits it through the smoke. Game plan. Oh, it's been foiled. Oh, but it doesn't matter if you hit the headies. Big Uzera finds a double. Lux in trouble. Running low on health. 2v2. He just needs one more tap. He can't seem to find it. Can't seem to track it. 2 bullets. Running through the smoke. Big Uzera stays active. Spotted out now by Icy on the fountain. Both of them are worse for wear. It has to be Big Uzera with another contribution. Lux can't be asked to win the 1v2. This head-to-head is for the pistol. Chips away at Inters. Hits another bullet, so 38. The highest health for Cloud9. Icy with the bomb on fountain, and it's just a battle of statues right now. No one wants to overstep. Lux has that kit. This is kind of Cloud9's next play. It has to be Cloud9 to make the next move. Big Sarah, that was brave. And now Lux is handed a 1v2 that feels unwinnable. Albeit their bodies are worse for wear. No Kev on Inters. The Cloud9 misplay could open the door for this, but they're going to clear him out. Nice double pick. Like that. I like that a lot. Not faffing around with the plant. Focusing on the frag in front of you. You know where he was, and it's Icy that leaves with a massive multi-kill. That's 4, I believe.
Yeah, 4 for Icy, and I see you. Big impact from him. The CTs actually flub their smoke here. It lands and hits a teammate, which actually causes a lot more chaos. Icy getting kills over the tippy top of it, and just great shooting from him. Fantastic work to make it a 1-round game, and this should be all tied up because it's down to the eco for Pain. Yeah, that smoke, that's one of those little frustrating moments, like, you got in my way, I hit you with the nade, now it blocks us, it works against us, it's like,
Yeah, likely frustrating for them, but so will this be. Seeing the lead they managed to work towards on that T side already disintegrate, coming into what, the first 2 rounds of the second half, so the advantage is going to feel like it's in Cloud9's hands on the more favored side.
How quick the tables can turn, huh?
Yeah, right. Especially with a lazy Susan.
But round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. We're into A with a clean execute. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
It does. It's almost like the same thing we saw on the anti-eco from Pain.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe that's what we should be doing on anti-eco. Execute A.
Execute A.
How many's he getting?
2.
He wants more. He wants more. He's playing it very reserved, is Boom. He's going to lock him in. You can't leave now, boys. I'm coming for you. Oh, he's going to get himself 3. Clean sheet. Mac 10's farm. Nice bit of cash injected into the Cloud9 bank balance. And as we discussed, a real advantage starting to take shape for Cloud9. If they win this gun round, especially with those Mac 10s, they're going to be feeling very, very good about their chances of taking this best of 1.
I wonder if there's pace behind this. What type of call is Boom's going to look for? Taking a look on the T side. All right, well, doesn't look like there will be anything crazy. T says smoke lands. The CTs want to imply aggression is available. Icy very fast over towards A main.
Yeah, they've got that smoke down. Interesting boost to spot over the T-stairs for any Canal's aggression. It's an idea.
Bro, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 smokes on the map right now. Make it 7.
Yep.
7 smokes used in the first 25 seconds of the round.
You got 1 for the CT side and 2 for the T side. It's going to be interesting to see how the CTs fare with what's going to be 1 minute 15 without any smokes on the map.
Yeah, so you have to gamble correctly or go to clear some territory you don't have and find yourself some successful trades, because this is going to be touch and go now. Lux and Snow, pressure on B, headed their way. Closest rotation point is going to be that of Big Uzera.
Шүн Монголд үзэх юм уу?
Over it.
Yeah,
But you can see over it, so that's why it's not the good T version.
Look over it, they shall. Boost on the glyph position. Big Uzera wants to know the same. Lux throws his hat into the ring. Now dancing with Axile around the pillar. Awkward for Axile. Lux manages to get a one. And it's Lux that really steps up to the plate. A nice triple kill to return pain to the lead.
Но 3 цагийн дараа
Looks like there was a bit of a cap on the left side side smoke there. Yeah, he was able to get a kill through that. So must have been
тэгдэ. Энэ 3 цагийн дараа энийг нь боли.